Um, I'm gonna cry. I know I am. Um, did anybody watch the Hulu series Little Fires Everywhere? I was told about this series like maybe a month ago, but I never sat down and actually watched it. Maybe 2 nights ago, I did sit down and take the time to watch it. But I'm not gonna go over the whole little series or the the I guess the outline of what it is. I only want to talk about Isabel, Izzy. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. So I can't, and I think I don't, I can't say I relate to Izzy, but when watching the show, I wondered what if. And the what if I'm talking about is Izzy was her mom's fourth child. Her mom didn't want this child. However, she still had the child, and they don't necessarily show the kid. Well, they show a little bit of them growing up, and you know how you always have a scene or a role where you feel like mom is treating me differently than she treats the others. Every so often you get that. Izzy wasn't treated like the other kids were treated, but it wasn't like it was known, but it wasn't like just flat out just there. But you can, as they got older, you can actually see it. But as you're continuing to watch it, you, you realize Izzy has a secret. Izzy is gay. She is I think 14 or 15-year-old high schooler that is gay. She had a friend and that she was cool with for like I guess they grew up together or whatever. But at least one of the years where they were friends, they they were doing some stuff. What kind of stuff? Only they know, because it's only insinuated as to what took place. The mom wanted to know why weren't they friends anymore, and eventually throughout the series, the little information comes out. But what made me wonder the what if part was, what if I was treated like that when I went to my mom? Now, Izzy never actually went to her mom. She didn't go to her mom and talk to her mom about how she was feeling, what was going on. No, she just kept it to herself. She did go to her dad. Now, I don't know to what extent her dad knew about everything. Like if he knew she was kissing the little girl and stuff like that. But she did talk to her dad, and again, it's only insinuated. They didn't show us her talking to her dad or anything like that, but it's insinuated. She talked to her dad. Her dad knew what she was, who she was, how she felt about girls. But her mom didn't, and her mom always wanted her to dress a certain way, look a certain way, dress the part. It's a, uppity neighborhood, and, you know, how your kids do or how they're shown to the world as a reflection of you. You know how that goes. But like throughout the series, because I think it's like 8 episodes. Wishfully, Hulu comes back with a second series because it was good. I stood up all night watching it. Without I ain't. That's not like I had work to go to. So hey, but back to the point. I wondered what if I had gone to my mom and talked to her, and she didn't make me feel comfortable enough to have that conversation? Or even before that, what if I didn't feel comfortable enough just to think about going to her? It's so many kids in the world now that we live in, the real world, and believe me, it might be a Hulu series, but all these ideas, these stories, they come from somewhere. But what if I had been made to feel like I couldn't go to my mom, like talk to her about anything? Um, or what if I went to talk to her and told her, hey, mom, guess what? I like girls. What if she had made me feel like it wasn't right, or made me feel as if, I was gonna go to an unforbidden place if I choose to do these types of things, or whatever the case may be. Now, I will say for me, no, my mom didn't encourage it. She didn't make me feel any type of way or anything like that. She just, I guess, accepted me for me. So I am, well, I paused because I'm trying to see how to say this, because I don't necessarily identify as, I guess, quote unquote bisexual or whatever label. I don't give myself a label. I'm Sean. I'm Sunshine. Simple and plain. I'm Sunshine. Sunshine likes who she likes. And that's it. That I don't really have an explanation, but either way, that doesn't matter. Like, I just want to know, like, I did wonder, like, seriously, like, hardcore. I know it's just a television show, but I seriously wondered hardcore, like, if I had gone to my mom, had this conversation with her at 17 about how I felt or what was going on in my mind, if she had made me to feel as if I was wrong for how I was feeling, or I was going to hell, or he doesn't like that, or, like, what if? Like, I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't. And I, like, cried through the series, because in the series, Izzy doesn't go to her mom. She doesn't even feel comfortable talking about the situation. And like I said, she went to her dad, and she didn't go to her. She didn't talk to her mom about anything. Her mom always wanted to dress her up like a little girl. Well, she's a girl, but, like, she didn't like to dress in all frilly dresses with ruffles and everything around it. And when her mom did find out, so to speak, about, or heard about what was going on, you know, she tried talking to Izzy, but when she was talking, she was like, well, if someone is saying a story about you that's not true, you can just change the story. And so her mom like turns and looks at her, and she's like, it's not true, right? And so, of course, not wanting to make her mom, I guess, sad, or look at her even more disgusted, because although her mom didn't say, Izzy, I don't like you, like, she didn't treat her the best. Now, she didn't treat her the worst, but just like, if they were sitting at dinner tables sometimes, and I don't know, one kid would say something, mom doesn't bat an eye. Izzy says it, oh my gosh, like, like, her mom was so horrible. Well, Izzy was horrible too. Izzy did this in one of the Christmas photos, and her mom literally chopped her off of all the photos. Like, why couldn't she just get a person just to blur the finger out? She literally chopped her daughter off the photos, and, like, she said, if you're gonna live under this roof, you're gonna do as I say. You're gonna dress as I say, do as I say, and yeah, that's how we are. You live under my roof, you abide by my rules, da 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 da. But I don't know. This happens so much more than we actually know about. Kids aren't able to go to their parents. Kids aren't able to just be free who they are without judgment. Well, no one's really okay to be who they are without any type of judgments. But we have so many losses in the world with young kids, 10, 12, like older, whatever. They can't be themselves, because the society or world tells us that if we are young, we don't know what our quote unquote sexuality is. We are just going by what we see. I don't know if that's all the way true. The only I think growing up I saw one lesbian couple, and I think everybody knew this lesbian couple. Like one, I don't even remember their names, but one lesbian couple. That's the only type of lesbian couple that I saw growing up. And I had a mom and a dad. I lived in a house with a mom and a dad. Like, so I always, I'm going to sidebar, and after this I'll probably just stop this, but sidebar, I always tell myself that I was 17 when I was into females. I've discovered, or I guess I was honest with myself, that is a lie. I was 10. I used to pick up my dad's Playboy magazines, and, you know, I watched the Playboy magazines. I didn't know anything about sex or anything like that. However, I knew that magazine one day, I don't even know how I got it, but I just know one day I picked it up, I'm looking through it, and I found myself looking through that magazine at least a couple of times a week as a 10-year-old. And I enjoyed watching the Playboy magazine all those couple of times a week when I could, alone, probably once a week, twice a week, I don't freaking know, but I enjoyed watching it. But yeah, we aren't able to be free or who we are, and we have so much going on to where kids don't go to their parents. I'm just blessed and happy, and I love my mom for letting me be who I was, like, without judgment. She didn't judge me. She didn't even try to explain me to anyone, because I guess she didn't have that to do. But she loved me for me. She accepted me, and I will always, well, shit, you gonna always love your mama regardless, but I love her for that. And I hope to be a good parent whenever that time comes for me. But yeah, this kind of went left. I wasn't trying to do all this. So, I just realized the series is actually based in, I guess, 1980's. The first episode the first episode started in 1997, but as the television series goes along, or Hulu series goes along, it goes all the way back to 1980, 1981, when the parents were younger.